Some places, like graveyards, abandoned churches, ruins, and forests, were best left alone. Likewise, some wounds should be left alone, never to be reopened. But Natalie didn't know that. Not yet. After 20 years of marriage, Natalie had betrayed the only man who ever truly loved her, and in the process, lost the only person who still might have. Her 15-year-old daughter, Addison, had been the one to discover the romantic text messages, screenshots, timestamps, undeniable. She had told her father everything. Now, Natalie was trying to fix the unfixable. So she convinced, or rather bribed, Addison to go on a hike with her. A trail they used to walk often as a family. Back when things were simpler. Back when love didn't have to be questioned. The drive was silent. Natalie gripped the steering wheel. Addison sat in the passenger seat, earbuds in, but with no music playing. She only stared out the window with dead eyes. They hiked in silence for over an hour. The forest was stunning, lush, green, peaceful. But tension between them was palpable. Natalie tried to break it. I miss this, just being out here. You used to say the trees made you feel safe, she said softly. Addison didn't look at her. They still do, just not when I'm with you. Natalie's heart clenched, but she pushed forward. I know you hate me, I just... Addison stopped walking. She turned around, and her voice came out like poison. Did you moan for him like that too? Natalie froze. Her mouth opened, but no sound came out. You're a slut. You destroyed everything. You think I can forget that just because you took me on a little nature walk? Natalie lost control. Rage, grief, guilt. They all surged up in one terrible moment. Enough! She screamed. She swung her arm. Not quite a slap, more like a flailing strike. Her fingernails caught Addison's face, scraping down her cheek, dangerously close to her eye. Blood sprang to the surface immediately. Addison clutched her face and stepped back, her eyes wide and wild, burned with hate. You got that one for free. Next time I hit back. Enough with your little walk. I'm going home with Dad, she said, her voice low and steady. She turned and began walking away. Natalie stood frozen in the middle of a trail. Then came the scream. Addison had tripped on a rock and tumbled down a steep incline. Natalie rushed to the edge and saw her daughter lying crumpled below, bruised, scratched, sobbing, her ankle twisted at a sick angle. Natalie scrambled down carefully. Addison looked up at her through tears and blood. I fucking loathe you. You're a monster. Natalie didn't respond. She just sat beside her, silent, discombobulated and useless. Night came. The forest grew colder, darker. They had no cell service. Natalie built a small fire more out of instinct than skill. The silence returned. This time it was heavier. Then came the laughter. It was soft at first, childlike, giggling, but wrong, hollow, echoing from places where there should have been no one. Addison had drifted asleep, leaning against the trunk of a massive tree. She didn't hear the first crack of bark or the rustling of dry leaves. She only felt the warmth around her middle, something tightening like a seatbelt. Then, pressure in her mouth. She woke up choking. A branch? No, a root. Something wooden, living, was forcing its way into her throat. Her eyes rolled, and she thrashed. "You're now my sister," the voice whispered. It wasn't a voice so much as a groan of splintering wood. Standing before her was a boy, or what had once been one. His skin was bark, his eyes were knotholes, his smile rows of jagged wooden teeth. "You now my sister." She tried to scream but couldn't. Her pulse slowed, her vision darkened. Then, something familiar. Her mother's voice, trembling but decisive. "Why, sister, wouldn't you rather have a mother?" The creature paused. Its wooden head turned slowly towards Natalie. The branches began to retreat from Addison's mouth. She collapsed forward, coughing and gasping. The boy creature tilted his head, curious. "Mother?" it echoed. Gunshots cracked in the distance, shouting, human voices. Natalie turned to Addison. Her eyes were filled with tears and terror. "Run!" Addison got up. She limped as fast as she could towards the sounds. Branches reached for her, but they were slower now. She didn't look back until she did. In the blink of an eye, the creature had wrapped its arms around Natalie and was dragging her towards a hollow in a giant tree. Roots writhed around her legs. Natalie looked at Addison one last time. "Addie, I love you." And then she was gone. Addison burst out of the forest into a clearing where hunters stood with flashlights and rifles. She collapsed into their arms. She never told anyone what happened. No one would have believed her. The scar on her face told one story, and the silence told another. She often thought of her mother and the nightmare they lived together. Throughout her life, Addison never again doubted her mother loved her, because if giving your life for someone isn't the ultimate act of love, then what is? The forest returned to quiet, to stillness. Somewhere, deep among the trees, a soft wooden giggle echoed again.